Welcome back. Fancy here from Fancy's Hair Innovation. And today's video was definitely a highly requested video. And this is a video where I am going to tap into my astrology knowledge and my vault of what I know about astrology and compatibility. So recently I have been running some polls on my Instagram, and I'm asking people, like, what kind of content are you interested in right now? When it pertains to dating, femininity, personal development, you name it. And one of the highest polls that I had was talk about compatibility when it comes to zodiac signs. So I want to start off by saying we're going to chop this up into a series because there are 12 signs, right? And I want to hit all 12. I want to give every zodiac sign their fair amount of attention. And for those that do know me personally, I really love astrology. I'm so into it. That's one of the things that I like to ask when I first meet someone. It's like, what's your sign, right? Because most people that I come across, they're not fully into it, where you're like, what's your big three? Like, if you ask somebody their big three and they know what you're talking about, it's like we're hidden gems because we know, you know what I mean? Like, we're star people. I'm an Aquarius, so we are the star sign. So with that said, I am going to just barely scratch the surface with talking about compatibility, when it comes to our sun sign. Now, with that, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, because we are more than just our sun sign. We are, we encompass our personalities, and everything encompass our entire natal chart, birth chart. I will link this website below that I use to figure out my natal chart, birth chart, other people's birth charts. And it breaks everything down. It breaks down your houses. It breaks down everything, guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. So it wouldn't be right if, as an Aquarius, I don't start this off with Aquarius compatibility. I am an Aquarius, so I know myself best. I know, even though Aquarius, we are one of the most unique zodiac signs, we do have some common interest, I will say. Even though we are so unconventional and so different, there are some fixed ways about us. And when it comes to dating, I will say let's start off this way. Let's start off with, who are we compatible with the most, right? Like, who do we just tend to get along with? It's easy going. You tend to understand these people a little bit easier, I would say, and they tend to understand you. We are going to go with, on this one, the most compatible signs with an Aquarius, male or female, I would say, is a Aries, a Sagittarius. I'm sorry, guys, my throat is so dry. Sagittarius, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libras. So Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So that's about 6 people, or 6 different personalities, and also elements. Well, they're not 6 different elements. This is just fire, air, whatever, that we just tend to get along with easy. There's not too much compromise with these, right? So let's start off with Aries. I will say Aries is a great compatibility for Aquarius because we have this unspoken language or way of understanding each other. I know personally I am very attracted to fire energy, fire signs, action oriented people, because Aquarius, we are so dynamic, right? And we can just swiftly move through the world. We are very quick. We think quick. We are the innovators. We create, and we are the disruptors of the world when it comes to technology and how we communicate and just our theories, right? So that energy that we have more from a, I want to say, a logical sense or a scientific sense. Aries has a similar energy, but their energy is very physical. Like they're like, listen, we gotta go get it. They're adventurous, just like we are. So when it comes to dating, dating an Aries, as an Aquarius, it's going to be fun. It's going to be adventurous as long as the Aquarius is open-minded. The Aries is open-minded. And again, all of this depends on your natal chart, but for the most part, they are both open-minded. They are adventurous. They are like thrill seekers. And the communication is pretty easy. You know, they can talk about any topic. Aries is very worldly, as well as the Aquarius. So they have many things to talk about. They have things that they can teach each other. So just from a surface level, I would say those are some key ways in which Aquarius and an Aries are compatible when it comes to dating. Moving on to our next fire sign that is compatible with an Aquarius is a Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, they are another go-getter, fire, action-oriented sign. They are also considered the world traveler. They are adventurous. They like to be in new environments, and that's how they're able to learn and teach, because they like to travel. So with the Sag and an Aquarius combination, it works well because an Aquarius likes to travel. They are the seeker of knowledge, right? And I feel like Sag, they know a lot, and a lot of their knowledge is philosophical. And I think that that works well with an Aquarius because we love philosophy and just talking about different topics. And it's just something about, I don't know, my fellow Aquarius, tap in if you feel like there's just something about the Sagittarius energy that you get the adventure from them, but Sagittarius are really good at committing. They are good, even though they have the stigma of being emotionally detached, just as well as Aquarius are. That fire that they have allows for passion and excitement, and oh guys, I can't even. Just know Sag and Aquarius, they work well together, okay? But on the flip side, you have to be aware that even though Aquarius tend to be emotionally detached, we can be we can fall under the sensitive category, and Sages are very blunt. They tell it like it is. They don't care whose feelings they hurt. They are not politically correct, okay? But that's something that Aquarius appreciates about Sagittarius. So all in all, I think if the Sag or even if the Aquarius can compromise in accepting their Sag and going with the flow and understanding that whatever Sag says is not a personal attack on the Aquarius, it's just the Sag being the Sag and being their free selves, I think this combination has a chance. Okay, so moving on to Aquarius and Leo. This is a great pair. Even though Aquarius and Leo are considered opposites, but you know what they say, opposites attract. So, and don't look at it in a way where they are just complete opposites, like they are on like complete opposite ends of the spectrum. That's not quite true. Look at it like, how can I best explain this? So they are, okay, this is a good way to explain this. Aquarius and Leo are like, they're on the same coin, but they're on different sides of the coin, if that makes sense. One's heads, one's tails, but they're on the same coin. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of speak the same language. It's just that there are some mishaps and like just barriers sometimes, I will say, in communication and style, and also interpretation of each other. Sometimes that can get misconstrued because it's like we have the same goal and we want to accomplish the same goal, but the way that we go about accomplishing that goal, we do it in two different methods, right? But we have the same goal, so it shouldn't be that difficult. So with Leo and Aquarius, I will say it is a good match, and or they're compatible because they pretty much have the same values. You know, Leos are, even though they have this reputation of being about themselves and I'm the lion and I'm so shiny, look at me, that's not quite true about the Leo. The Leo, they do have that pride inside, but they're really prideful about their work and like their contributions to the world. And that's something that Aquarius truly admires, because they are the natural humanitarian, right? So it's not about the Aquarius, right? And it's not quite about the Leo, but it's about the Leo, if that makes sense. But because Leo does desire that admiration, Aquarius can give it to them because they truly do admire the work that Leo does. And Aquarius, even though we are unconventional, you know, we like to move to the beat of our own drum. We're up, you know, the reputation of we're up in the clouds, we're in our own world, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. It's like spirit fingers, Aquarius. That may be true. However, we are still very fixed signs and we are very logical. And us being a fixed sign, we do appreciate some form of tradition and, you know, structure. And we like what we like. And if we like what we like to stick to it. And that's how Leo is. Leo is very loyal. Once they are solid and solidified and confirmed, and this is what they want, they are very loyal people. They're very generous. And this couple, they can have a good dating experience. You know, Leo likes to be, again, they like to be appreciated for the things that they do. So they're very generous. They like to give, they like to show off, especially if you're a beautiful Aquarius, like, and interesting, like they love the uniqueness, the eccentric, like they're not too fond of the unpredictability that Aquarius has, but in a way they kind of like it. But I would say all in all, this is you guys can have a good dating experience. I mean, one of my past relationships, we were together for 4.5 years and he was a Leo. So, I mean, if that means anything, I think we had some type of success there. Right, so moving on to Aquarius and Gemini. Aquarius and Gemini are the sign that also has really great communication. Geminis are ruled by Mercury, which is the planet that rules communication. So you can already imagine how the communication is with the Gemini, how they can just scratch below the surface, go deep, go deep, go deep. They love to go deep. Geminis are pretty easygoing people. You know, they have that air sign. They're an air sign. They have that air thing about them too. And Geminis, what I think Aquarius can appreciate about the Geminis, okay, are you ready? I think what Aquarius can appreciate about the Gemini is the Gemini, because they're so well versed in just everything about everything, and they actually care to learn the Aquarius. And the Aquarius, we truly are the zodiac that you need to learn, because we're not very easy to figure out. We are pretty, it's not even, we're guarded. Yeah, we're pretty guarded. I'm gonna admit it. We're pretty guarded, and it takes a very special person to get through those layers. And Geminis, they have that way. They have that tactfulness to do it. So we appreciate our Gemini people. And I think from a compatibility perspective, that really works, because they have an innate ability to kind of understand each other and have a no judgment zone. You know what I mean? Even though as an Aquarius, we don't judge people, but we still have such an analytical brain that it can come off as that we're judging situations, but we're not. Like, we really do love and appreciate people for who they are. So Geminis being this, not this straightforward sign, they learn to appreciate each other. They have fun on dates. They are interested in the same things. Gemini is a sign that loves to try different things, whether it's food, whether it's, hey, let's go to this concert. I just saw these random tickets in town. You want to go? Museum. They're very into art, and they're just into anything that has to do with communication, poetry, reading, and just opening up their mind. So Geminis and Aquarius, they have that in common. Again, when I started talking about the compatibility, these 6 signs are the signs for Aquarius where I feel like it's not too much compromising. It's very seamless. You understand what I'm saying? So for that, I will say Gemini and Aquarius are very good. Now, when it comes to commitment, I don't know, you know, how much of a committer Geminis are. And as a woman, I'm more so speaking about the Gemini man, because they have this aura about them of like, I don't belong to anyone. I don't belong to you. You don't belong to me. Now, the Gemini woman is a little different. You know what I'm saying? I know Gemini women that are very like, they're commitment people. Like, listen, you're my person. I'm sticking with you. And even though Geminis may have this aura about them of, I don't know, I kind of want to see what's out there, keep my options open. They can commit, right? Like, come on, there are Gemini men that are married and committed and have families, but it's something about them that feels like, I just want to be free. I don't know. Maybe it's the evil twin thing where it's like, hey, one day I want to be the good angel, next day I want to be the devil on the shoulder. I don't know, but at the end of the day, we love Geminis, especially Gemini men, because that's really who I'm talking about. Because I'm a woman, so in that sense, we love you. We get along with you, and I think from a dating perspective, Aquarius and Gemini, have fun. That's all I can say. Communicate about everything. Do dates that involve compare and contrast. Do dates that involve, like really being able to analyze something afterwards and have a conversation about it. I think that's a good date for an Aquarius and Gemini. Okay, last but certainly not least, another good sign, or I want to say the last sign that Aquarius can be compatible with when it comes to dating is another fellow Aquarii. Hello, Aqua times Aqua. Because we just understand each other. I mean, we're kind of like the same people, just different people, if that makes sense. So, I will say when it comes to Aquarius and Aquarius, right? Even though we have similarities, it goes back to what I was saying earlier in the video, where Aquarius in general, we're just so different. Like, we're so unique that we have common interests and we have similar, like, thought processes and ways of processing information, receiving it, and just thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, mindsets, like, we're similar in that aspect. But we also have our differences, right? Like, I know Aquarius that are a little bit more logical and analytical, and then you have some that are a little bit more theoretical and not so, they don't analyze everything. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't want to say all, gosh, let me not say all, but I will say most of us are overthinkers. We overthink everything. I've been overthinking this video, and I'm literally just talking. I'm just giving you what I've experienced. I'm giving you what I know. I'm giving you the things that I've read. But I've also overthought this video too. Like, oh my God, like, what information am I going to share with these people? I don't know. Like, I don't even know the cadence, the flow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just doing it. I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone. And that's not typical for an Aquarius. So when it comes to dating, I will say be mindful. And whether you're dating another Aquarius or not, but specifically be mindful if you are dating another Aquarius to not overthink and just do. And we are one of those groups of people that we truly value people, and we appreciate differences. We admire people that can just be themselves. And even though overthinking is an aspect of an Aquarius, because we're just so far in the future, we're so far in the future, it's hard to kind of come back and be present. So I will say this is a good combination as long as both parties are mindful of it. You know what I mean? Because we have a mind of our own, and no one can tell us anything. Like, no one can convince us to do otherwise, and what we should do, what we shouldn't do. Like, we have to come to those own terms as an Aquarius. So if you just give your Aquarius the freedom, okay, for some reason, people hear the word freedom and they just like, ooh, freedom, what you mean by that, Aquarius? Pause, hold on, don't come for us. We are very loyal, okay? We are loyal by default. But when I say freedom, I mean, give us the freedom to come in and out. You know what I'm saying? We're not high-strung, super emotional people like a Scorpio. I'm not trying to come for the Scorpios, and I'm going to make a video for you guys as well, but I'm just saying Scorpio's a little more high-strung. Aquarius, we need freedom. We need to know that we are accepted. You know what I'm saying? We need to know that amongst, in the midst of all of our quirkiness and our weird ways and our eccentric style, that we are truly loved for our unconvention and our unorthodox ways. And I think that's why we kind of sway in and out. I think that's why we kind of really flow or go with the flow, and we're natural freedom fighters too. You know what I'm saying? Like we're naturally rebellious. So being with another Aquarius, we have this understanding of, I don't want to control you. I know you are a rebel without a cause a lot of times, because I know I am. Sometimes I'm a rebel without a cause. And I just want to say I love my people for always supporting me and being there. And, you know, when it's time for me to rally up the troops, they come in, they right there. And it's just like, sometimes it's no need. It's unnecessary fancy. You know, need for that. But sometimes we do. And we are the voice for the voiceless. So when it goes back to that humanitarian aspect, sometimes in dating, we are, you know, we have so much going on. I'm gonna just say that. We have so much going on, whether it's in our minds, whether it's things we're creating, because we are inventors. We are the innovators. That's why I call you guys my innovators. Even though all of you may not be Aquarius, you guys are innovators in your own right. You know why? Because we are creating. We're creating. And that's innovative, because we're creating our own thing. It's new, okay? It's exciting. It's whatever. So I will say, when it comes to actually dating, let's talk about the actual dating part, right? Because I feel like I went off on a tangent. We like intellectual conversation. We like our brains. You know how brains have like all these different little grooves? We like our brains to be massaged. You know what I'm saying? We like that. Get in our heads. Talk to us and show us how aware you are. You know what I mean? Get below the surface. If you're going to date an Aquarius, we're not in a rush for the lovey-dovey stuff. We don't really, that makes us like kind of run away. Like, ugh, I barely know you and you already in love with me. Like, that's a little weird or a little scary. You know what I mean? It makes me feel us. It's not just me. It's us. It makes us feel like the walls are closing in, and we don't like that. We don't like being confined. We want to know that you care about us, but do it in a friend way in the beginning, in dating. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best advice I can say if you're dating an Aquarius, is be their friend first. Show that you're into their weirdness. And I think that as two Aquarius, we do that naturally. And we're sarcastic. Be sarcastic. You know what I'm saying? Say things that are like, that hit below the belt. We like that. We like a little, you know what I'm saying? We like a little, okay, I see you. And when I say something, it's gonna hit. So we love that. We love that playful energy. We're very smart. Again, with the genius sign. So don't ever play us like we're dumb, because we're not. And I think two Aquarius can get along. Now, I will say that the downfall or the negative side of two Aquarius dating is that, because we both signs, we both have this thing, whether it's woman and woman, man and man, woman and man, two Aquarius, doesn't matter. We have this thing where we don't want to be the ones to show our cards first. We don't want to be vulnerable first. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of the fire signs really works for us, because fire is like, they don't care. It's fire blazing. It doesn't matter. With Aquarius, sometimes we're always in our minds and we're overthinking things and we're like, oh, is this too much? This person like me? Am I doing too much? Are they doing too much? I don't know if this is gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Like every little thing. So I will say, if it's two Aquarius dating, if you feel like your Aquarius is taking a little too, the timeline is like stretching, where it's like, dang, like I just can't get through. I can't get past the first layer to this onion. Then you peel back a layer. You do a little something to show them that, hey, Aquarius, I see you, okay? I'm an Aquarius too. I get you. Now, because I get you and I understand you, I'm going to show you a little bit of vulnerability so you can show me a little bit of vulnerability. It's like a little dance. If you could get the dance, if you can understand the dance, then you'll be successful. All right, guys. So this one was a little long because Aquarius, we have a lot more options when it comes to compatibility. And I know that probably sounds bad, but we do, because we just are so unconventional, so open-minded, so worldly. We literally can get along with anybody, but I'm gonna just say these 6 that I talked about tonight are the top most compatible. I mean, take it from me. I mean, I am the astrology queen. No, I'm not. I've just been into it for a long time. So yeah, if you really like this video, if you're an Aquarius, please comment down below. If you find yourself being compatible with some other folks, I mean, maybe that plays into your natal chart, but I'm just going based off of the sun sign and also my experience with dating and what I've read and what I've learned over the years. So I hope you like this video. I don't know who we're going to talk about next. Like, that's such an Aquarius move. I don't know. I'm going to just go by what I feel. Maybe I'll go in chronological order and we'll go Pisces next. I don't know. But stay tuned, because I'm going through every single sign and their compatibility when it comes to dating. And I really hope you like this video. If you like the video, like the video. And don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, innovators, love you.